Okay, so good morning. So today let us study about the Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is basically a framework which is used to build responsive web pages for the mobile environment. So the output of these web pages can be viewed in desktop, in mobiles, in tablets of different resolutions and screens. This provides a clean and uniform solutions for building an interface for developers. This Bootstrap contains beautiful and function built-in components which are easy to customize and tailor as per the requirements of the customer. It also provides web-based customization. This Bootstrap responsiveness CSS adjusts to desktops, tablets, and mobiles. More than anything else, it is an open source. To work on Bootstrap, so you should have a knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. To some extent, jQuery also, although it is not mandated to be known. So to run the Bootstrap programs, so you have to install the Bootstrap downloader and you can execute it. But what I suggest is there are a lot of online editors are available. You can go to w3schools.com or you can go to tutorialspoint.com. So online editors are there. So you can just try to work on the examples which I am showcasing in my presentation online. Next, what are the applications of Bootstrap? One is scaffolding. So this can just work on the different structures of grid systems like links, styles, background. Okay, so we have a CSS. I hope you know what is CSS2 and CSS3. Okay, which will be covered with the CSS and Bootstrap. Then we have components. Okay, so where you can use for various GUI components. Then we can also have JavaScript plugins. Then you can also use the customized components by using various variables that are available in Bootstrap. This is a typical Bootstrap file structure. So you can have JS, which stands for JavaScripts. So you have a folder called as district. So where you have CSS and you have fonts. Okay. So this is a typical boot file structures. So where each of those files are performing a different kinds of operations when the files have been put in this folders. In order to execute the web pages or display web pages on Bootstrap, it requires to be wrapped with a container. These containers are used to put the contents inside of them, and there are two container classes available. One is dot container and another is dot container fluid class. So you can see the difference of the output in the screenshots. So this fixed container using dot container class can create a responsiveness with a width of extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large with the maximum width that is being showcased. So I hope all of you are aware of a division class, which is a container. I'm just going to discuss simple informations about a container. This container provides a responsive fixed container. You can also see the maximum width of different classes. So this is being executed on the one of the online editors. So I have my text as my first Bootstrap page and I have some contents within it. So I can uh, see this display in the desktop preview or mobile with different resolutions or tablet with different resolutions. So depending upon the kind of devices that you are using, output can be viewed in different displays as per the resolutions and the screen device. Just place, if you've seen the previous exam dot content, you can see it is neatly aligned within the contents, giving a space between top left, right, and bottom. The same thing can be showcased by using dot contain. Just replace the container word with container hyphen fluid. You can see the output. This is another version of pre-compiled file structure. So you can use any one of them, but this is more preferred. So Bootstrap basically contains of CSS, JavaScript, and which will have various fonts which is built in. Okay, so this includes the pre-compiled files that enable quick usage in any web projects. This is compiled and minified CSS and JSS. It also includes fonts with various kinds of styles. All these things that you're seeing are inbuilt. This has been already discussed. This is a typical Bootstrap HTML template. Okay, so this you can see the HTML tag. Then you have a head tag. So you have three meta tags which are mandatory for Bootstrap program. So you can add any kind of text only after this, not before this. Then you have a title tag at a Bootstrap template. Then you can put all your CSS files here. Okay, so then you close your head tag. Then script, since I'm using some JavaScript here, Ajax jQuery can be written here. So this is the bare minimum that needs to get a basic Bootstrap layout up and running in any kind of editor seat. So you need not remember these things. So if you are using any Bootstrap online editors, this meta tags will come automatically. What is viewport? Viewport is the user's visible area of a web page. The viewport varies with the device and will be smaller on mobile phone than on a computer screen. So the text what you have written in the web page should be automatically get adjusted to different kinds of devices. So that is the advantage of using viewport. The meta viewport element gives a browser instruction how to control the page dimension scaling. Width device will set the width rate to follow screen. Initial scale 1.0 sets the initial zoom level with when the page first loaded by browser. It can take the value till 3.0. You can see the output. This output is being executed on the mobile screen. This link hrefs code bootstrap.main.css is available in the CSS file, which is the external style sheet. So I'm just displaying a welcome to first simple page message in Bootstrap. You can add JavaScripts at the end of the body to allow the web pages to load visibly before any JavaScript is executed. Query is needed for Bootstrap plugins and needed to load before Bootstrap.js. That means so you are required to use a jQuery if required for additional plugins. If you're not using any Bootstrap interactive features, you can also omit these files from the source code. As I said, it contains container. It means the web page, which will have different attributes like container point 3, container border. That means you can put a border in the container. So you can give the spaces in all four directions by using container point. Then you also have what is called as container classes, where it can display the information either in a small display or with a medium display or with a large display and the extra large display. So this for SMMDLGXL is called as responsive container class. Please note that by default container have 15 pixels left and right padding with no top or bottom padding. Therefore, we often use spacing such as extra padding or margins to make them look even better. This is an example for the the previous borders what I'm showcasing here. So I want to have my container with point 3 and border say 3. Similarly, I want my background as dark and text as white. You can see the output in the next screen. to file structure containers.